Welcome back to The Express at Lee Square for the Port Coquitlam Farmers Market. Metro Vancouver is definitely a foodie town, and Eat Vancouver happened over the weekend, where you could sample some great tastes and also check out some celebrity chefs in a national chef competition. Local chef Montgomery Lau is preparing his most important meal of the year.
Our local competitor, local chef hero, Montgomery Lau.
Montgomery is representing BC at the National Chef Challenge, a competition to name Canada's top chef at the annual Eat Vancouver Food and Cooking Festival.
It's great to be representing BC and try to be a part of the community, and hopefully I'll represent the province and do well. I think winning would help me progress in my career and gain a lot of respect within the industry, and hopefully I will be considered among one of the top chefs within BC and Canada.
And what better place to be crowned that title than right here? Eat Vancouver has been coined the Everything Food and Cooking Festival for good reason. The entire 250 exhibitors and top chefs in attendance all have one thing in common: satisfying your taste buds.
What I thought I'd do is I reinvented the way I'm cooking.
One chef that Montgomery can look up to is Graham Keir, the internationally known culinary television personality and award-winning author, who happened to be doing one of his popular talks at the festival. He had some wise words for the competing chefs.
Try the best you can to keep it simple and keep it local. Aim to understand the needs of your customer, not just to delight them, but understand that every one of those customers is going to have a future which, if they exceed what I call the feed limit, that they're going to get sick. In the creativity of what we do, we should be looking towards their future health. If they've got that in their heart, then they will constantly innovate and be wonderful contributors to the common good.
Like those who came before him, Montgomery agrees that quality is what always wins in the end.
It's definitely a lot of hard work. It's very labor intensive, but it's also a very satisfying career to pursue. You're very proud of what you do.
This is awesome.
And there's a lot of camaraderie within the industry, a lot of respect within the peers. Everybody's in cooking for the love of food when you are at the fine dining level, and it's all about quality. And whenever you demand quality, it always involves hard work and a lot of determination.
Hard work, quality, and determination. It's Montgomery's Eat Vancouver recipe for success. I'm Mona Mansour in Vancouver for The Express. To find out where you can sample more of Montgomery's cooking, go to eatvancouver.com. You're watching The Express, and we're celebrating Dr. Sun Yat-sen's 25th anniversary up next with a volunteer that's been there for almost 20 of those years.
There is a classical Chinese garden in Vancouver's Chinatown.
Julian Law is a poet, an intellectual, a storyteller, and a volunteer here at Dr. Sun Yat-sen.
Chinese love nature. Everything begins with nature.
At 92 years old, he's the garden's oldest volunteer tour guide, but you'd never know it.
This garden is wealthy. Everything is yin and yang. You see that plant? First thing I like to do this volunteer job because I like people. When people come from all overseas, it makes me happy. And I make memories for them of this tour.
Julian just is a character. I can't even really compare him to anything else. He's a story himself. There is this warmth. There are lots of stories, certainly, that he brings to this place.
Pine tree is like a dragon. See the head and the tail. Right. This is called a pengjing. Chinese call this is a pengjing. There's a lot of wisdom here, and the scholars have made this garden a legend, and they leave a lot of things here that people can understand the wisdom, and it will change your life too sometimes.
Julian is well-traveled and well-read. He lives one of the Confucian values, which is service to others. He's at the garden once a week.
And when the rain hits the leaves of the pond, it makes a pitter-patter sound. And that sound is the pipes of heaven. And when the wind blows The lotus, it brings a fragrance to them here, and that's why they like to sit here. This is called a moon gate. That square is an earth gate, yin and yang. When you have yin and yang, the wind will come.
Julian says yin and yang, or balance, can be found all over this garden.
It's like a fairy tale, and there's a lot of meaning.
But what he takes away from the garden doesn't nearly compare to what he gives back.
The beautiful place with high walls enclosed with oriental pearl and jet water flows.
In Vancouver, I'm Melanie Panetta for The Express.
Happiness, success, free from sickness.
If you'd like to get your own personal tour with Uncle Julian, he's at the garden every Thursday, and his first tour leaves at 10:30 a.m. You can also go to the garden's website to find out about all of their summer programming, including the Enchanted Concert Series. You're watching The Express, and we've got more ways to enjoy the good life on the West Coast coming up.
Anything that looks like you can put a plant in,
After the break,
I can do it.
creative containers at the PoCo Farmers Market.
You have a taxi right here.
Victoria's new water taxi.
Everything in the harbor looks different from the water.
The Express. We are your local voice.
Community programming on Shaw has been generously sponsored in part by
Hairstyling and color services for Shaw TV, provided by The Lounge Hair Studio. LoungeHairStudio.com.
Today's generation of young people spend the least amount of time outside of any generation in human history. We need to have children out, we need to have people out in order to see the world around that allows us to live. I think something like the Sea to Sky Trail is the epitome of what we need to get people back out into the real world, to see nature as it can be, and something that we are a part of and that we must fight to protect.
Welcome back to The Express in Lee Square for the Port Coquitlam Farmers Market. Now, you think farmers market, you think fruits and veggies, right? Maybe some smokies and some sandwiches. This is also a place where you can do some one-of-a-kind shopping and meet some one-of-a-kind artisans. Before we talk about what's on the table, can we talk about the table itself? Did you make this?
Yeah. The table itself is entirely made out of Lego. It's strong enough to hold at least 1,000 pounds. If it possibly could hold a ton, but I haven't actually tested it for that yet.
That is just so cool.
Thank you.
Blair, was that really your shoe at one point?
Not my shoe. No, these are all recycled shoes. And these cediums here, a lot of people call them chicks and hens. They can grow in anything, and they only need this much dirt to grow in. Spritz of water once a week, and they're good to go.
That's my kind of gardening.
Oh, me too. Makes me look like I can garden, see? But come to my house and see the rest of my garden.
And decorate.
Basically, it's science fiction jewelry for whatever purpose. You know, like this one here, for example, I tell people this is so I can see if the spaceships have landed yet, and nope, no, they haven't. And this one here is basically my scanner, so I can scan if you have any scanners on you. But
Do I?
I can't say.
I'm feeling very lovely and nostalgic right now. I had a huge Barbie collection, did you?
No.
Do you now?
Sort of. You can make things for the doll that you can't make for the grown-ups. I can't make it for myself. I can't wear that, but it's fun.
Also, to have to point out, it's not just Barbie. Ken is also very well dressed.
It's science fiction props for everyday life.
I feel like if I put any one of these on me, it's all just going to start whizzing nonstop, you know? Be one of those.
Well, if you have that kind of a problem, sure, why not?
The Port Coquitlam Farmers Market happens every Thursday from 3 to 6 here at Lee Square Community Arts Village. Now, up next on The Express, we're heading to Victoria's Inner Harbour to meet the newest boat to hit the water. It's a taxi with a twist.
I'm in a bit of a pickle. I need to get to Fisherman's Wharf and in a hurry. Where's a cab when you need one?
Looking for a taxi?
I am.
You have a taxi right here.
Fisherman's Wharf?
Hop aboard.
Wow, this is amazing.
Come downtown on a Friday night, go for dinner, go dining, whatever, take the taxi home, not to have to worry about safety or anything else.
You gotta love living on an island where your taxi is not only a boat, but a cute wooden pickle boat with captains who will entertain you as you enjoy some spectacular scenery.
Everything in the harbor looks different from the water. So people are amazed at geez, I've been walking by this building for 3 years and never knew it looked like this.
Don't worry, the regular harbor ferries will continue to run, but the H2O taxi service offers folks a direct point-to-point service with over 17 stops around the harbor.
You can start at West Bay Marina and go all the way up to Tillicum Bridge, and in between are another 15 stops. So you can connect to anywhere downtown.
Just for good measure, we're pouring the whole thing.
And this taxi really has the mayor of Esquimalt excited.
It's fabulous for us because it allows more people to come and visit our community and see the great secrets that are over there.
This green alternative works both ways for this busy politician.
This is an awesome way to travel. I live over in West Bay Marina. I take these ferries down to meetings that I have downtown.
H2O Taxi runs 7 days a week, 9 to 9. So if you need a lift, give them a call. And get this, your calls go directly to the skipper, so you will know exactly how long you'll have to wait.
And I don't care where you're from, it's a thrill every time.
Wherever you want to go, it won't be slow. Just hop aboard H2O. There's the Otter or the Orca, and both of them will get you there, and you'll have lots of fun along the way. I'm Karen Algersma for Big Summer.
There's always so much to see and do and celebrate on the West Coast. It's time now for the Cultus Lake Big Summer Spotlight on local events. Vancouver's Signature Festival and BC's biggest music showcase will animate the city for 10 days, featuring jazz and blues, funk, Latin, electronic, and world music all across the city. Experience the best in Italian food, entertainment, and fun. The Italian Market Day will feature delicious Italian food, live music, the city's best gelato samples, and a cooking competition. Celebrate Canada Day in the heart of Vancouver. Celebrations will bring our community together to commemorate our nation's birthday with all-day attractions and Canadian performances at Canada Place, a Canada Day parade in downtown Vancouver, and a finish with a fireworks finale. And as we mentioned, the Port Coquitlam Farmers Market happens every Thursday from 3 to 6 here at Lee Square. Thanks for watching today's Express. We're going to leave you with the local art scene, and we'll see you next time.
And from Rocky and Bullwinkle, the postpartum hit. What are these tantrums and your endless tears? You haven't slept in 20,000 years. I need 1 hour of silence. And dummy and chores. Babe. She wants you, babe. But she's wet, babe. She's not mine, babe. Or groove to recent hits from Swedish sensation ABBA. So you think you're gay? Well, I heard you are. If you don't tell Fran, we'll buy you a car. And from Swedish meatballs to British fruit. Text me, text me, text me, text me, text me.